Pack your bags, Chidi. You are leaving for Lagos tomorrow to serve Oga Paul. If you steal a single kobo, don't bother coming back to this village. You are dead to me.
But Papa, I wanted to go to university. How can you sell me off like a houseboy for 7 years? This isn't a future, it's a prison sentence.
Today's story is the Igbo Apprenticeship System, the world's largest venture capital. You just heard Chidi crying out against his father's wishes, but to understand why this prison sentence is actually the secret to becoming a billionaire, we have to go back to the beginning. By the end of this story, you'll see how a single proverb changed the history of Nigeria forever and created an economic empire that even Harvard is now studying. Before we dive in, help us tell more African stories. If you're watching from Nigeria, Ghana, or anywhere in the world, drop your flag in the comments. Hit subscribe to support West African history and the culture that keeps us strong. Imagine a dusty market in Onitsha. The air smells of dried stockfish, engine oil, and ambition. This is where we meet Oga Paul. He is a man with a belly that speaks of many bowls of pounded yam and eyes so sharp they can spot a fake $100 bill from a mile away. His hands are thick and rough like the bark of an iroko tree, earned from years of offloading containers in the sun. He stands in front of Chidi, a skinny boy with nervous eyes and a shirt that has seen better days.
Chidi, look at this shop. Everything here belongs to me. But 7 years ago, I didn't even own the slippers. I was just like you.
And for 7 years, I get no salary? Nothing?
Salary is for people who want to stay poor. Here, you don't only work for money, you work for sense. At the end of 7 years, I will settle you. I will give you the capital to start your own shop. I will turn you from a boy into a boss.
But Chidi is not convinced. He sees the other apprentices, the Igba Boi boys. They sleep on thin mats on the shop floor. They wake up at 4 a.m. to sweep the Oga's house and wash his cars. To Chidi, it looks like modern-day slavery. 3 years pass. Chidi is no longer the skinny boy from the village. His arms are toned from lifting heavy crates, and he has developed a habit of squinting at invoices like a professor. He has learned the secret language of the market. He knows that when a customer says, "My last price is 5,000, it really means they have 7,000 in their pocket. But greed is a whispering devil. One afternoon, a wealthy businessman named Chief Emeka walks into the shop. Chief Emeka has a gold tooth that flashes every time he smiles and wears a lace fabric so expensive it looks like it was woven by angels.
Young man, I see how hard you work. Why wait 7 years for a small settlement? I have a shipment of carburetors coming in.
If you divert just 10 of Oga Paul's customers to me, I'll give you enough money to start your own shop today. Why be a servant when you can be a king now? Chidi's heart thumps. He thinks about the dusty floor he sleeps on. He thinks about his father's warning, but then he looks at Chief Emeka's gold tooth. He thinks he's being smart. I will do it, Chidi says.
For 3 months, Chidi plays a dangerous game. When big customers come looking for Oga Paul, Chidi slips them a piece of paper with Chief Emeka's address. He starts tucking away thousands of naira in a hole under his mat. He feels like a genius. He thinks he has hacked the system. But Oga Paul didn't build an empire by being blind. One morning, Oga Paul calls all the apprentices together. He isn't shouting. He is unusually quiet, which is much scarier. He sits in his high-back chair, sipping a cold bottle of malt.
Chidi, I heard a rumor. They say a new shop is opening down the street, and the owner
is a young boy who hasn't even finished his 7 years. Do you know him? Chidi's knees turn to water. No, Oga, I don't know anyone like that. Oga Paul sighs and pulls out a ledger.
You see, Chidi, the Igba Boi system isn't about the trust. In this market, your name is your currency.
If your name is good, you can take goods on credit from here to Guangzhou. If your name is bad, you are a ghost. Oga Paul reaches under the counter and pulls out a small bag. It's the money Chidi had been hiding under his mat. Chief Emeka is my cousin, Oga Paul says, and the room goes silent. I asked him to test you. I wanted to see if I was building a partner or a thief. You chose to be a thief. You thought you were being smart by taking a shortcut. but you just walked off a cliff. The logic trap had snapped shut. By trying to get the settlement early, Chidi lost the only thing that actually mattered, the network. In the Igba Boi system, the Oga doesn't just give you money. He introduces you to his suppliers, he stands as your guarantor, and he tells the market, "This is my son. Deal with him as you deal with me." Without Oga Paul's blessing, Chidi was just a boy with a small bag of stolen cash and no one to buy from or sell to. Chief Emeka didn't want him. He was just a tool to prove a point. Chidi was sent back to the village that evening, not as a boss, but as a lesson. The Igba Apprenticeship System created the largest informal venture capital block in the world because it realized that wealth is not a solo sport, it is a relay race. When one man finishes his lap, he doesn't just stop, he hands the baton to the next person, so the race continues. The moral of the story is that shortcuts often lead to dead ends. We live in a world where everyone wants to be a CEO by age 21. But they forget that you cannot harvest a crop the same day you plant the seeds. True wealth is built on the foundation of patience and the strength of your reputation. As the West African proverb says, a man who identifies a shortcut to success has only found a quick way to fail. Don't be so hungry for the fruit that you pull up the tree by its roots. But it makes you wonder, in today's world of get-rich-quick schemes and internet hustle, is the 7-year Igba Boi system still the best way to build a business, or is it outdated? If you were Chidi, would you have stayed for the full 7 years, or would you have taken Chief Emeka's money? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the secrets of West African wealth, hit the like button and share this video with someone who needs to hear this today. Don't forget to subscribe to Afro Softy for more stories that bring our history to life. See you in the next one.